Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of CosplayBytes, the only place where you'll learn of the bits and bytes of the cosplay world, convention coverage, cosplay guests, spotlights, and more. So sit back, relax, and enjoy getting a look into bringing a character to life. This is CosplayBytes. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another final episode, possibly for the year, of CosplayBytes. And for my guest, I got my awesome best friend, Marie Gray.
Hey, everyone. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Great. So, we're just going to get right into it. First off, just some housekeeping stuff. I just wrapped up my almost month and a half long coverage of the Ebon Blade project from BlizzCon, so you can check out all those posts from the past couple of weeks. I got a singular feature on Sammy Beth's Bowsette. And then this coming week, I have Hendo Art's Insomniac version of Black Cat from the game, as well as Froppy from Alex Cosplay from My Hero Academia. And upcoming cons, I was on the fence about not going to CaptureCon since our usual hotel fell through, but one of my roommates found one that was kind of cheap, and now I may actually go for next year. I've got friends of mine that are convincing me to go since it's not that too expensive as I thought it would be. So, yeah, that's going on. And, yeah, so I've known Marie for
probably 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years, yeah, a long time.
Long time.
Yeah, like since I first started getting into cosplay, and then you're a former cosplayer. You don't really do that anymore.
I am a former cosplayer. There's some contingencies on the former part. There are a couple of things where I may bounce back for very specific reasons, but other than that, for right now, I am retired.
Retired.
Yeah.
Does that feel good?
It was a weird transition. I mean, I cosplayed for 9.5 years, and a lot of life changes happened for me last year, and I thought, that was kind of the last thing I needed to get rid of and just kind of start over. And I don't really miss it, so I guess it was a good decision. But all of my friends are from the cosplay community. I'm still pretty ingrained. My Facebook newsfeed, my Twitter newsfeed is still full of cosplay related things.
Right.
I've moved on to other content creating kind of hobbies, but cosplay is still around. It's very hard to leave for good.
Yeah.
Especially when you've been doing it for as long as I was doing it. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be the topic of this episode. So rather than focus on your cosplay career, I wanted to go into, we're talking about Twitch streaming, because you mentioned other forms of content creation, and that's one of them.
Yeah, I spend about 20 to 30 hours a week streaming on Twitch.
Oh my God.
And that's on the side. I have a full-time job where I work about 50 hours a week.
Oh, man.
So on top of that, I'm streaming games on Twitch. We do community games and everything like that. And it's got a lot of similarities to the networking side of it, at least, has a lot of similarities to the cosplay community in building a community, and the amount of internet friends I have from Twitch streaming, it mirrors how it works on the internet with cosplay. I've had friends in the cosplay community for 4 years, and then I would meet them in person for the first time, and it was like, I've known you for so long, but this is the first time you're standing in front of me.
Exactly.
And so Twitch is like that also. The friends that I've made through Twitch are other Twitch streamers, small streamers like myself. I've created my own personal community through that, where people who follow me can interact with me, but I've also partnered with other Twitch streamers, and we've created communities for other small streamers where all of us can network with each other. And so at the present, I am managing 3 different Twitch communities through Discord.
Oh, wow.
So, and I do all of that on top of all of my streaming and my day job. So it's a hustle. It never ends.
Never ends. Never ends. And it's safe to say you're enjoying it, right?
I am. I mean, I've always been a gamer. When I was born, my parents had an NES. So I grew up into the world of gaming, and where my friends, in like high school, a lot of, especially my female friends, a lot of them kind of just grew out of that. And I just fell further into the hole of gaming. So gaming's always been a part of my life. And Twitch just seems like a natural thing to do because I'm already playing games. That's half of Twitch. The other part is just interacting with people and basically becoming friends with anyone that comes into your chat. And that's the addictive part for me, because video games, I'm never going to give that up. That's always going to be a part of my life. So having the networking aspect, which is the one thing that I did miss about leaving cosplay, that's the one thing that I wanted to maintain. So moving to Twitch, where I could play games and still maintain a sense of community, was like a very natural direction to go into.
Right. Yeah, I tend to gravitate towards small streamers like yourself, just because, like, I there's a couple of cosplayers that are trying to get into streaming, but it's like some of like the more popular cosplayers. So like already, it's hard for me to stay in their stream because of the sheer amount of people that are in it. Because I like being in a stream where I know that I get to interact with them and know I read what I type in the chat. And when you got like comments come in like a mile a minute, it's just like very...
Yeah, it's hard. And I mean, I've befriended some people who have actually recently become Twitch partners, and you can tell that they value the small streamer start. Like they started with their zero viewers. Like you can tell because they're still so attentive to their chat and they interact with everyone. And now I have Twitch partners that come and like visit my stream when they see I'm live, just to like pop in and say hi. Like, those people are there. It's weird when a cosplayer with a huge following starts streaming a game. They're going to get flooded with all of their, like, people want to see them, so they're going to get flooded. So they don't really have the growth struggle, generally speaking. So it's hard to make a connection to people on Twitch when from the get-go their chat is just lit up all the time.
Right. Yeah.
So it is also like, even if I have 4 or 5 people in my chat, it is hard to keep up with that when I'm trying to focus on a game, because the games I play, like action games and mostly sandbox kind of games, because I'm a big fan of the 100%. But if I'm running around New York City as Spider-Man trying to fling on all these buildings and people are talking to me, I'm like, what's going on? I can't concentrate. I can't pay attention to my TV and to my chat. It's a lot, especially in like the high action thing. So I'm always like, I see that my chat's happening. I will get to you in a second. I promise I'm not ignoring you. Yeah. But it's hard. It's hard when that's the constant, especially when someone's starting out and their chat is just constantly lit up. It's hard to like make that connection with your viewers individually. So I get that. I mean, hey, not saying it's bad to be popular. That's amazing. It's great to be successful. But from a viewer standpoint, I know like viewers come into my chat because they want to sit and they want to talk to me, tell me about their day, or like maybe they had a bad day and they just want to watch me be bad at video games, which is 100% a guarantee. You will see that. But yeah, it's different. It depends on what you're looking for as a Twitch streamer, what you're looking to get out of it, and as a viewer, what you're looking to get out of it. There's a lot of different elements that go into those things.
Right. Do you have a favorite part of streaming? Like just in general, like your favorite aspects of it?
You know, like my job is really stressful. So I'll work 10 or 11 hours straight with no breaks. And then I come home and I'm so tired. And I'm like, you know what? But I get to play a video game. Maybe I could talk to some people. And it's just kind of like a way to escape the real world. It is hard, though, because Twitch, you just have to be on all the time. Like, I can't be in a bad mood and playing a video game. Like, no one is they're gonna be like, go to bed, you're a brat. And
oh yeah, no.
So it's hard. It is a little bit hard to have a long day of work and then I'm on screen for 4 or 5 hours a night and I have to be just sociable. And sometimes it's draining and but I push through. Because usually by the end of the stream, I'm like, you know what? I feel better. That's kind of all I needed. So there's ups and downs. Yeah. But I think that's the most challenging is like the time management. And just like cosplay, you know, you spend all these hours, you could spend 300 hours making a costume and then you wear it for like a day at a convention. So it's like there's all this behind the scenes stuff and then the internet only sees when you go to the convention. They only see your photo shoot, you know? Right. And Twitch is a lot like that too, because you guys only see the 4 hours a day that I'm on the screen. When I'm off the screen, there are times where I'll be at work and I'll go into the bathroom to like message some of my community members to be like, just hope everyone's good, you know, like keeping up appearances. So even when I'm not streaming, I'm on my phone all the time trying to connect with people, answering questions. And now that I'm managing communities, I'm the Q&A person. So when they have questions or they need help, like they message me. So there's a lot of background. I don't sleep ever. I'm on my phone all the time, answering questions.
Yeah. No, that's the same with me. And like keeping up with this podcast and like messaging people in advance, like if they want to pick a month they want to appear on, and then like, I mean that's the thing that my mom kind of doesn't like, that I'm on my phone and laptop all the time. Where like I gotta, with my blog and its popularity or its notoriety, like I gotta stay like online and like as best as I can, like just stay on top of like what's going on in the cosplay world, like who's making what, when's it gonna debut, like when are the photos popping up so I can grab them and then possibly save them in my folder for a future write up. And then like I write stuff like a week in advance, and it's a lot. Like there are some days where I go home and like, do I have to write this post now? Wait a day.
It feels like homework, and you're like, what am I doing? You're like, I started this because it's fun, and now it's a little bit like a chore today. But that's the thing, like people see the finished product. So your blog, one entry could have taken, you know, hours of research and getting pictures and writing the post and like, you know, setting it to go live at a certain time. No one sees that. They see the 5 to 7 minutes it takes for them to read it and look at pictures. And then they're like, okay, great. So you put in hours of time for someone to spend 5 minutes looking at it. And then you're like, okay, like, but that's how, if you think about it, that's how any kind of creative content works. Like movies take months to make, and then it's like 2 hours. You're like, wow, out of whole months, you only got 2 hours of work.
Yeah.
Wow. But that's kind of how anything in content creation goes. Like YouTubers that, have their highly edited videos, those makeup blog tutorial people.
Oh my God.
That video is 10 minutes long, but it takes them like 3 hours to do makeup. And I'm like,
yeah, I don't.
So it's any kind of content creation. Like, you have to be dedicated to putting in the work. And I started streaming in the beginning of 17, and it was to actually do cosplay on screen. And then I realized how difficult it is to get things done when you're talking to people. It's like, I can't do this. This is so frustrating. It's taking me like 10 times longer to work on stuff because people are like, what fabric are you using? Or I'm like explaining how I patterned something. And I'm like, Jesus, like this would just be so much faster if I could do this in my sweatpants with no makeup on, in my room, feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
So I kind of dropped Twitch for a long time. And I didn't really get back into it until about December of last year. So it's been about a year where I took it seriously again. And now I treat it like a job. Like, I have my set schedule. These are the days that I stream. This is the time that I stream. Like, everything is on a schedule. And with the exception of like holidays, Thanksgiving threw me a little bit, but I do my best. I do my best to make sure that when I say I'm going to be there, I'm there.
Right.
So I'm having fun, but my scheduling, I have to treat it like a business.
Yeah.
And I keep telling myself that other people are depending on me to be there. Because if it's just me depending on me, I would probably be lazy about it, and it would be something that would kind of fall in the background because I'm so involved 24/7, especially with when I'm not streaming. I'm in Discords talking about streaming, so it's everywhere with me. And that's helped me be a little more accountable in terms of sticking to a schedule. So I guess that's actually beneficial.
Right. Yeah, probably the only downside to writing posts is that if they don't get a lot of traction when they get posted, like if the cosplayer that I mentioned doesn't retweet it or like it or something, and then I look at my dashboard and see how many views it got, like low numbers kind of can demotivate me a little bit.
Just like anything. Twitch is like that too.
Yeah.
The Twitch is like that too. And I hate, so when I stream from my PC, I don't see my viewers, which is great because then I can just focus on being me, hanging out with the people that are there. When I stream on PS4, I stream directly through my PS4, and it shows every time someone comments, it shows the view count and the comment count. And sometimes it's great to see that I have 30 viewers, but sometimes I have 7 viewers, or sometimes I have 2 viewers, and then I'm like, ugh, today's a bad day. Like, I hate just looking at it. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care, but when it's like flashing in my face every 5 seconds, then I'm like, ugh, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So, I do like streaming from my PC just because I don't focus on that at all. Because it is very demotivating. You're putting in all this effort. And you're like, where is it getting me? So I just got to remind myself I'm doing this because it's fun. And I've met incredible people just networking.
Same here.
Yeah. So like, you just got to like remind yourself like why you started. And like, I'm not going to be Ninja. Also, I would never want to be Ninja. My biggest fear is being out in public and having someone recognize me. That's like the least appealing thing in the world to me. So like, I don't want that for myself ever. But I just have to keep reminding myself, like, I stream on Twitch because I love playing video games. I love meeting other people, and I love talking to other people about video games. So many people love video games, but there's so many different things out there. So we're all so different. We all have different preferences. Yeah. And I love hearing other people will like things, and I'm like, I hate every single one of those games, but we both like video games. Like, how does that work? So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm always like, no, that I don't like any of those. I'm like, Call of Duty, blah. But other people are like, that's my favorite game. And I'm like, it's so weird how different. We like the same thing, but our tastes are so vastly different about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, I've never watched more Fortnite in my life than like the last 3 months because I just met awesome people and they happen to stream Fortnite, which is a game I don't particularly like. And now I'm like watching Fortnite streams all the time because I want to hang out with them.
Yeah.
And Fortnite's fun to watch if they're good at building.
I've never played it. I don't think I ever will. I
don't do PvP stuff, so it's not for me. I play the Forever Alone games.
Yeah.
I like my solo, but that's the thing. I spend 10 hours a day surrounded by 2,000 people. Like, I don't want to be around people when I come home, so I just go home. I put in a game, and it's solo player, open world. Like, let me collect some stupid stuff, and that's fun to me. And then I get to chat with people about it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I want in the world. It's like, just let me play my games. And plus I get to show people games that maybe they never had any desire to play. And then they were like, oh crap, I love this, which has happened a couple of times. I got someone to buy Final Fantasy 15 a couple of months ago, which was fantastic because I love that game.
You got me to buy Persona 5.
Yes, do it. Like, sometimes you're just like, this is not my style of game. And then you play it and you're like, actually, I like it though. And it's happened to me too. I watched one of my friends streams Warframe, which is a free-to-play game. I played it when the PS4 first launched because it's a free-to-play. Okay. And I was like, this game's not for me. So when did PS4 launch? 2014 or 2013? Somewhere around there, a long time ago.
A while ago, yeah.
So it wasn't really for me. And then a couple of months ago, one of the streamers I watch is a Warframe partner. And he was like, here's my affiliate code. If you put in this code, you get double XP for the first 7 days. I'll help you grind so you can level up and like do stuff. And he did. And I was like, actually, I like this game now. So it's a game that I would never play.
Yeah.
And now I love it. And I will only play it if I'm co-oping with someone else, which is out of my comfort zone. For 2017 me would have never. And now I play with all of these internet friends that I have. So so it's nice. So it's funny, like the parallels between the cosplay community and Twitch communities. You kind of grow in the same way. Like, they're both very dependent on the internet, and that's how you connect with people now. So they have a lot of parallels.
Right.
And they both have a lot of drama in the same way.
Oh, boy.
Drama that's very eye-rolly and no one cares, but everyone won't stop talking about it. So
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you have a bunch of nerds in one place. It's like a big nerd battle. So, but yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it was a good move for me. I don't think it's for everyone. And the number one deterrent for that is that you literally have to be 100% your best self when you're streaming. And some people just can't do it. But I've gotten very good at being like, you know what, work sucked, but I'm not there now. I'm home. So I don't need to focus on that. I don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
So I've gotten good at separating the two, where some people can't, and it gets in the way.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way of streaming.
Yeah, I've tried streaming before, maybe a few years ago. I mean, I didn't get any viewers, so that quickly demotivated me. But then I was
all start with zero.
Yeah, I know.
All start with zero.
I was also playing Hearthstone, so that also helped in frustrating me and putting me in a bad mood because I always lose. And then I eventually stopped playing that game. So
I couldn't even get through the tutorial. The last level of the tutorial was too hard for me. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But I mean, I play games where I'm not good at games. So
Yeah.
I lose often, and you can tell when I'm getting frustrated because I'm like, I just want to rip my computer and throw it out the window. I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore.
That whole, I'm just reminded of the black cat chase scene through the subway when you were doing the DLC.
I was so angry. I was so angry. But also, that game in general just has a weird button reaction issue. But that's beside the point. But yeah, and then once I did it, I was like perfectly fine. It's just like certain parts of games, when you can't do them, they get really frustrating, and people are watching you get frustrated, which sometimes that gets you views, actually. But like, that's, I'm not here to be like famous. I don't care. So yeah, I've definitely gotten people tuning in because they're like, "Oh, I heard you're raging," and I'm like, "Please stop!" I'm angry. Leave me alone. Then once I get past that part, I'm like totally fine again. I'm totally bipolar, and I'm like, "Nope, we're good now. We're good. I got through the hard part. I'm happy now."
And then you get people commenting, like, "I liked it better when you rage. I'm leaving. This isn't fun anymore."
I was here to watch you rage. Yeah, I do. I think I got to change my Twitch bio to just put angry New Yorker plays games she doesn't have skills at.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I do die a lot though.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm learning to live with it.
Yeah.
And like now I'm playing a game I've already played before. So when I die, I'm like, it's fine because I've beaten this before. So I know I can do it.
Right.
And like that's what's pushing me forward. I'm like, I've done this before. I know I can do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm trying not to be hard on myself every time I lose to like my brother or the computer in Smash Brothers, because it's like, dude, the game came out 2 days ago. It's different. Like, it'll be a while before things set in and you start getting the way you used to be when you were playing the old game. So.
And everything always changes a little bit going from one to the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes people like to watch you, like to watch your awful reactions. Sometimes people like to watch your really good reactions. On my birthday, someone I had never seen in my stream before ever came in, gave me 25,000 bits and left. Was like, happy birthday, and then just left. Aww. And I was like, what just happened? And I was like, what? Like, my reaction was like blank and confused because I wasn't expecting anything like that. That's insane. And it was like he literally followed, donated his bits, said happy birthday, and left. He was like Batman, just like, here's presents, and disappeared into the night.
He vanished when you realized.
Yeah. So sometimes people do that. I know there's a couple of YouTube channels that just post reactions to Twitch donations and stuff like that. I feel bad if anyone ever does that to me, because my reaction is always like confused and like, why would you give me money? I'm me. Like, why? So my reaction is always like, huh?
What?
What?
Who said that?
Did you mean to give that to me?
Did you misclick?
I'm like, unfortunately, Twitch is not going to let you refund that, my sir. But yeah, I do love the community. I found it's just like any other community. There are really terrible people, but there are really great people, and you just need to be able to figure out where you fit in all of those. Yeah. But I've made great friends, and unfortunately, I didn't get to go to TwitchCon this year. But next year is a 100% definite yes. So I will be there. Maybe I can meet all of these people I've been hanging out with on the internet for months. Maybe I can meet them next year.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that's the goal.
All right. Anything else?
I don't know.
On top of your head?
Do you have questions for me?
No, I don't really plan this out ahead of time. I mean, I have...
Do you have any personal questions that you want to just ask me, like things that you were wondering? I don't know.
I mean, I have a format written up, and most of the time I follow it. I know the last episode.
You have a general outline.
Yeah, like I know the last episode it got crazy because I had 2 girls on talking about a convention, and it was fun, but we forgot a section.
We're supposed to talk about. Never mind.
And and I mentioned it, and then one of them there was a schedule. What? And I was like, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't. If you are wondering anything, feel free to ask. I don't know.
Ah, boy.
Twitch streaming.
Maybe I'll try to start doing that with next year. New year, new
resolutions. So by February, you won't do them. You're just like, we're just doing it for January. New Year's resolutions. February, they go out the window. Woo-hoo. Like every other resolution.
All the gyms have their spike in new memberships, and then they go.
I know. I don't go to the gym in January because there's never space. But it's funny, actually, you mentioned resolutions because we were talking about that with one of the girls I co-run a Discord server with. We were like, what do you want to see out of your Twitch stream in 2019? And, everyone's always trying to set goals. And it's very weird because the people that I associate with, like, they're all, I want to be a full-time Twitch streamer. I want to be a Twitch partner. I want this to be my job. And I'm like, I like video games. Like, I will never quit my job. I'm like, my job pays really well. And they take the taxes out of my paycheck, so I don't have to do all that math at the end of the year. I'm good. I'm good with my job. Like this is always just going to be a side thing I do. So it's weird because my like goals don't really align with everyone else's like need for growth and stuff like that. Hey, if I were ever Twitch partner, I keep saying, I'm like, I want to be Twitch partner so that my subs could get more emotes than just the 3 that are available. I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if they could get 50? Like, that's why I want to be Twitch partner, so like my subscribers can have more stupid things to put in a chat. Like, I don't really care for that kind of stuff. I like the community and I like playing games, and this is just both of those things all at once. So it would be awesome to grow and become a Twitch partner and all of that good stuff. That would be super cool. But if it never happens for me, I am totally fine with that. Yeah. I'm happy being in my little bubble with all my friends.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, just same with me. Like, I'd love to get sponsorships for my blog or for my podcast, but I just gotta slowly grind it out and keep reminding myself that I love doing this kind of stuff, and just be patient with that kind of stuff, that it'll come eventually if it's meant to be. Right.
And then if it doesn't, it's also okay, because you started it because it was something you wanted to do. You didn't start it where you're like, and then I'll get sponsorships, like, yeah. It's like a thing that you just like to do anyway. So it is what it is. You get to, even when it's stressful and it feels like homework every once in a while.
Yeah.
Every couple of days of the year where you're just like, I don't want to write this. Or like I come home and I'm like, I want to burn my apartment down and I don't want to stream. And then I stream anyway. So
yeah,
we do it because we like it. Being a content creator is punishment. Like you really need to want it, because it is so much work.
Yeah.
And for the payoff versus how much work you have to put in is so small.
Right.
It's so much work, and you really don't get that much out of it when compared to how much work you're putting in. So people who are creating content regularly, they're doing it because they like to do it. You cannot survive if you don't like doing it. You won't survive. You will crash and burn so fast.
And you gotta have the passion for it.
Yeah. And I mean, that's how it was for me with cosplay. Like, I still appreciate the art, but it stopped being fun, and that's why I left.
Yeah.
Because I was putting in all this work and I got nothing out of it. I would literally make a costume and then I didn't even want to put it on. I was like, whatever, I finished it. And that's when I took a step back and I'm like, maybe I should just not do this anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I won't do any cosplay anything for a month. We'll see what happens. And there were a couple of big conventions that month. It was Dragon Con of last year. Okay. And then I went to New York. Did I go to New York Comic Con? I did. I went on this Sunday with my mom, and no cosplay. I went to New York Comic Con. We bought some stuff. We met some WWE wrestlers. And then I didn't miss it. And then I was like, okay, let's go to the end of the year and then we'll see. At the end of last year, I still did not care. So I deleted my Facebook page, which was a big step. That was the final nail. It was like, all right, I'm really done. But I keep saying I'm done. I have one contingent plan. I could possibly come back to cosplay for one costume only. I still have my sewing machine somewhere behind me. Yeah. One cosplay only. When Borderlands 3, when they announce the playable characters, if one of them is Tiny Tina, who I previously cosplayed and love to pieces, I would make Tiny Tina's cosplay, but she has to be playable in Borderlands 3. If she's an NPC, no. She's got to be a playable character, and then I will make her. So that is the only time. It's the only time I will come back to cosplay, because that's my little queen.
Yep.
So crazy. Ashley Birch, man, I would love to meet Ashley Birch, because she has voiced two of my favorite video game characters, Tiny Tina and Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, which is my entire computer is Aloy'd out. That's my girl. And that's what I'm streaming right now.
Yeah. Gonna say, yeah.
It's my favorite game of last year.
Right.
But yeah. So that's it. That's the only time I'll come back. So
I pretty much stopped making new outfits. Like, I'll wear stuff to cons if I want to. Like, only the comfy stuff. And
yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. The stuff I was making wasn't comfortable. So then I'd put it on and I'm like, it's too hot or it's too cold or like, this is tight. This hurts me. I'm like, why am I doing all of this?
Yeah. Like, I'll continuously wear Prompto because it's such an easy outfit to make.
It's like casual clothes. This is like the first time a Final Fantasy game had like real people clothes.
And no crazy Tetsuya Nomura thousands of zippers on it Kingdom Hearts characters.
Belts and zippers on everything.
Belts and zippers.
Well,
like, I was thinking of maybe fixing up my Aquaman cosplay, since now that I have this beard, I'll be even more on point.
Oh, yeah, true.
Everyone's like, you gotta cosplay Aquaman now that you have a beard. I'm like, I just gotta buy some paint. That's pretty much it.
Aquaman also has so many different renditions. That's the great thing about comics, though. Like, you have 75 years, some of these characters, worth of, like, stuff to look through. And you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Your look has changed quite a bit over the years. Yeah. Even something like Superman, who has had essentially the same suit for all 75 years, but there's, like, variations. You've got different textures. Maybe you've got different shading on them, depending on how people draw them.
Yeah. And then again, it's like you've had cosplays where you made it, you wear it, it's not comfortable. Like, I don't think my wolf cosplay was comfortable. I was just going to say,
I'm like, your wolf cosplay, like, looking at that, I was like, there's no way he is enjoying wearing that. outside of like I'm Wolf, and then you're like, oh, like in this outfit.
I need a hand to wear that cosplay. Like I can't carry around my bag.
You don't have shoulders.
Stupid armor. Yeah, my shoulders, they're not really movable. And maybe I'll wear it one more time. I don't know. It's sitting in my basement.
Yeah, I don't even have my costumes anymore.
Yeah.
I got rid of all of them. That's a lie. Not all of them. I kept Haru from Persona 5. I think I kept one more. Oh, Tess from The Last of Us.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. She's not in 2. Yeah. She will not be in The Last of Us 2. So, and the only reason I still have her is because it's like a shirt. It's like regular clothes.
Oh.
So, I think those are the only 2 I still have. I'm like looking around to be like, am I wrong? I am wrong. I still have Leah from Diablo 3 also.
Oh.
I wasn't ready to throw them away yet.
A lot of my outfits are regular clothes. Like Greninja, regular clothes. I still have my brown leather jacket for John Constantine in my closet.
Nice. I still have... Oh, go.
Riku's vest. I mean, the Keyblade is up there.
Yeah. I still have the tank top for Anya from Gears of War 3 that went under her armor, and I wear it like regularly, like it's a regular shirt. It has Stroud. It has Stroud and like Gears painted on it, and I'm like, I'll just wear this at home. That's fine.
Comfy enough.
It's a tank top. Whatever. A tank top's a tank top.
Anything else? Want to wrap this up?
I guess so.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You pretty much, if I had came up with questions,
I word vomited. I talk a lot.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're on Twitch and, you're talking to nothing. When there's no one in chat, I'll have viewers and no one talking. So I'm just like, all right, here we are. I'm just going to talk to myself. I've become a professional at talking to no one.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Yeah. We'll wrap it up here. So, people want to find you. Where would they have to go?
Twitter, my handle is _Marie Gray. Twitch and Instagram is just Marie Gray. And that's kind of it for me on the social media front. Active on all of them, not so much Instagram, but Twitter and Twitch. That's my life now.
Yeah, she's very active on Twitter. Can confirm.
Painfully active on Twitter.
That's how we became such good friends, pretty
Twitter
much.
Is full life.
Yep. And thank you so much for listening in, and just a final note to thank you to everybody who have guested in the last couple of months throughout this whole year when I started this podcast. I really like doing it. My guests also really like doing it, and I keep getting words of encouragement. So I'm going to keep doing this. Next year, I'm going to try to do 2 episodes a month. So at the moment, January is planned for my best friend Mink the Satyr is going to come back, as well as my buddy Carlos from Rage Custom Creations. I think I got that right.
Nice.
So they'll be the guest for January, and then as of right now, I have 1 guest for February. And we're going to keep it going. So, stay tuned for the next episode, and I hope you guys have an awesome holiday season and New Year's. Bye.